All right, what's up, guys? Good morning. I just want to make this quick video over here. Every time I say that, it's never quick, so get used to it. All right, so today, let's go back up here. All right, so as you guys can see, this is the little chat room. So right around 9:26 a.m. Eastern time, um, I sent this out to the group. So basically, this is PPSI. This one was looking the best. And of course, you guys are asking, how do I find these stocks? A lot of people are asking me. So, trade ideas. Let me pull up trade ideas. Trade ideas. So, this is trade ideas. This is the pre market movers. As you can see, I always go for the little, the yellow. The yellow is the lowest float. So, um, PPSI was right there. It was the only chart that kind of looked good. Nothing else kind of looked amazing. Even PPSI wasn't looking too amazing, but it was the best looking one, right? So let's close this off. Also, I have a link below if you guys want to sign up to Trade Ideas. It's the best scanner ever. I mean, I probably wouldn't have found PPSI if I didn't have Trade Ideas. So this scanner is like, makes you money. All right, so let's close this off. So PPSI, as you can see, you guys, I have like a little 5 minute chart here. I have a little five. Sometimes I'll look at the 5 minute chart, because lately everything's been like super choppy. So if you look at it like it is now versus a 5 minute chart, it's just a little bit cleaner. Let's move this a little bit. It looks a little bit cleaner. So I was looking at the 5 minute chart and I saw that this was kind of like a pullback. So I was waiting for it to break above this candle right there so I could jump in. Let's go to the 1 minute. So let's get closer here. So as soon as it made that move, I jumped in. Then it kind of dropped. Then it dropped down on me hard. It started dropping hard, and I was like, "Wow, I'm gonna take a big loss." Um, but it was the only thing moving today. I just felt confident in it. And then the 200 EMA right there, which is this little red line there, that's a well respected area. So I knew, okay, if it holds above this 200 EMA, so it might go back up, right? So what I did was when it dropped down, I doubled up right there. As you can see, I bought at 510, and then it dropped down on me. I bought at 497, and then luckily, well, not luckily, I kind of had it was the only one moving, and I knew everybody was just gonna jump in just because I thought maybe it was gonna be a red to green move. Red to green meaning it drops down, it's red, and then boom, it pops up. So a lot of people made good profit here. Of course, they're gonna sell off. It's gonna be a sell off, and then once their sell off is over with, then if it holds on to this um, EMA, it normally pops back up, and you're able to take some wins, some profits. So that's my thought. I mean, I could have took the loss, but I just felt, let me see first if this 200 EMA holds. Now, if it did, now I don't like doubling up because chances are it normally keeps going down when it's going down. But because I knew the 200 is a well respected area, you can see every time I hit that 200, it goes back up. It hits it again here, it goes back up. So the 200 is a well respected area. So that's why I decided to double up here at the 200 EMA, and then it ended up making a very nice move. I knew this area right there was a resistance area. Go time is always a resistance area. And then I knew there was another resistance area right there. How did I know that? I go to my daily chart, and if you look back, you could see clearly on this day right there, this candle had an area of 545. That's the highest point that it went. So I draw my line right there. If you go on your daily chart, and then the next area, if it goes above this area, the next problem area is right there because it keeps going up, 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 up. And this is when the highest that it went before it came back down. So if you look over here at the next one is 943. So I knew if it went above this little section there, it has a good chance of going pretty much higher, right? So at that point, let's go back to the 1 minute chart. let's go back to the beginning here. Let me zoom in. So I doubled up here. Once it popped up, I'm selling because I didn't want to test this problem area. As you can see, it went up and it came back down, right? Because this is a problem area. So at that point, I was like, whew, man, I was done. I called this out to the group, and this was at 9:26. And as you could see, um, I messaged them. I said I hit my goal right around 9:32. I hit my goal. I sent a screenshot of the chart. I have a video of that play this morning. Let me, because I like to record most of the time. Uh, all right, so let's see if we can. Let's close this off. All right, so I'm gonna play this video right there. All right, so it's playing right now. This is at 9:29. The bell is about to ring at 9:30. So this is basically what happened. I'm waiting for it to jump above this area here so I could jump in. Right? It's taking a dip, so I'm thinking, okay, it's probably going to be a red to green move. I see a lot of volume kicking in, but right now it's red. There's a lot of volume there. Boom, I jump in. And it starts dropping down on me. And I'm like, oh, no, I'm going to take a massive loss today. I'm going to take a nice little loss. So, but I saw it bouncing over here on the 20 EMA. So I decided I'm going to double up on the 20 EMA. Worst comes to worst, you know, I'll just take the loss, right? Sometimes you just gotta, that's just how you gotta be. It's part of trading. You know, you gotta take losses, right? So this candle is almost over. 2 seconds left. I double up right there because I see it hanging above the 200 EMA. 200 is well respected. So now I'm in the green because basically half of that is basically what my cost average is now. Between here and here is like the center is like where I jumped in kind of. So now I'm watching it. I'm in the green. It's above 90 EMA, so I'm feeling more confident. And I'm waiting for it to break above here or touch here so I can sell because I know this is a resistance area and there's another resistance area right above it. So I sold. Boom. Immediately I was happy. Pressure's off. So now that's let me pull this up real quick. Let's go back to here. All right, let's stop this right here, and let's close this down, and let's. All right, so at that point, oh, I closed this one instead. All right, let me log back in. Okay. I don't know why I closed that one off. Let me go back. PPSI. Let me zoom back in. Okay, so that much better. All right, so we're back up again. All right, so at this point, let me zoom in a little bit closer. Okay, so at this point, I jumped in there. It went down on me, so I knew this 200. You could see it's been always above this 200, so it's following the 200. That's why I kind of felt like, okay, let me just double up if it's close to 200, because you can see every time it goes down, that's the 200, it goes back up. Every time it starts to go down, 200, it goes back up. So it stayed above the 200 pretty much the whole time, right? So I felt a little bit confident. If I buy here, it'll go back up, which is exactly what it did. And then I was happy. I made 1900. Let me try to pull this up. So as you guys can see, I jumped in at 510. Then I ended up doubling up at 497. And then I ended up selling at 528. So at that point, you could see I took a screenshot. I sent it to the group. And I told the group, I'm done for the day. I made, zoom up a little bit. Oh boy. Okay, this is, okay, here we go. I hit my goal. Okay, so basically, 1960, I was up 1960 and I was done. I was done. So I made my goal. You guys know my goal is like 1,000 for the day. And once I hit a grand, I'm going home. That's it. Well, I'm home, but I'm done. I'm logging off. But, um, you know, the thing was on and my scanner was on. You guys know Tradeideas is basically where I'm finding these stocks. So, um, the scanner was going off. So at that point, I started looking at it. And I wasn't too far away, so I'm always looking at it. And then I saw it kind of curling back up, right? So at that point, I said, okay, I was looking at the daily chart, and I knew if this thing can go back up above this area, the next point is $9. So if it goes above here, it should give us a pretty nice move, right? So let's go back to our 1 minute. So I gotta keep zooming in. I don't know why this thing. All right, so at that point I saw it curling back up. So I figured, okay, if it goes above the 90 MA and starts making new highs, I'm going to buy. And you guys know, not the 90 MA, the VWAP. The VWAP is the blue line there. VWAP, if you look over here, this is the VWAP. Is a lot of people trade off the VWAP. So VWAP is very important. So we all know, and I've mentioned it before in my other videos, if the stock is above VWAP, buyers are in control. If the stock is below the VWAP, the sellers are in control. So at that point, I was looking to see if it will go back above the VWAP because then the buyers are in control. As you can see, if it's below here, it's going down. If it's above here, it's going up. If it's below there, it's going down. If it's above here, it's going up. Okay? So if it's above the VWAP, the buyers are in control. So at that point, I said to myself, okay, let me jump back in. And at that point, I stopped recording too because I was done for the day. I had already hit my goal. But scanner came back on, and I was like, okay, let me take this trade. So as soon as it went above the VWAP, I jumped in. And then the same thing happened again. It started going down on me, and I'm like, oh my God, am I going to lose the little 1960 I just made? And then I doubled up right here at the 90 MA. As you can see right there again, which is the 200 moving average. So I said, okay, this thing normally holds for this 200 moving average. So it's, it normally goes back up. If you look back, it went back up here. It went a little bit under, but went back up. Over here, it went a little bit under and went back up. So I'm guessing it's going to go back up. Even way back here, it was always above. It went all the way down to 200. So 200 is well respected. So I said to myself, okay. So I cost average down here again. And at that point, I'm watching it. And then finally, it went up, and I should have sold up here. And I was expecting it to break this this go time at this point, and it just didn't. And I'm like, oh, man. So now I gave it another minute, and I sold because I was still in the green. So I ended up selling here, so which gave me another small profit. So now I'm thinking, okay, this one's doing another pullback. Let me watch to see. Now I'm jumping in as soon as it starts making new highs. So now this is going down, and then I see it making new highs. I jump in, and then I'm expecting to break through and continue climbing up. It breaks through and starts coming down. I quickly sold. So I made a nice little profit from here to there. And then I'm looking at, this is a pullback again. Okay, so I'm watching the pullback, and I'm jumping in first candle to start ripping again. So this candle right here starts ripping again. You can see too, volume is going down. Volume is going down. As soon as volume starts going back up, I start jumping in. So I jump in back over here, right? It went down a little bit again. So I doubled up right there. And then I saw a huge momentum coming in. This right here, everything was moving fast. You see how it's moving slow right now? And then when there's a lot of action, this starts speeding up. So as soon as time and sell start speeding up, I see a lot of action coming in. I start hitting my hotkey like crazy. I bought as many shares as I could buy, and it took off. And wow, it paid off really well. I sold everything up there. As you can see, let me pull this back up. So basically, this was that 522 area, which is right there, right? That 522 area. I started buying. I just started hitting the. I just started hitting the hotkeys as much as I can because I just saw the opportunity coming. It's about to break, and you know what they say: 3 times a charm. This is the first time. This is the second time. Third time, it normally takes off big, or it normally crashes down. But because I knew it stayed above 200 EMA, it was above the VWAP. So now I'm thinking the buyers are in control. So if I don't take a massive move right now, I might not have a big day. I mean, I had I already had like good profits, but I was like, I already hit my goal. But this thing was like the only one, and we haven't had a stock that was the only one making big moves in a while. Typically, when there's only one, everybody's jumping in. So that was my thought. So at that point, I just started hitting the hotkeys as much as I can. I used all my buying power, right? I used all my buying power until I couldn't. I didn't have any more buying power. So it just exploded. At that point, um, as soon as it popped above here, I started selling. I tried to sell all of it, but it wouldn't go through. The order would not go through for some reason. So then I ended up selling 10,000 shares, and then I sold the other 18,000 right there and right there. And that was it. And once I looked at my P&L, I saw 13,280. I said to myself, man, I needed this day. And that was that. That was the way the day went today. Try to keep it short. But man, every day this is very exciting. It's very exciting to be a trader. Every day it's very exciting for me. So that's why I love doing it. It's very exciting. And then look, under 23 minutes. So my first trade was at 9:30:20. My last trade, which is right here, was at 9:55:28. How am I finding these stocks? Trade ideas. Um, what pattern am I trading? Okay, I do train people on how I trade, but today I wouldn't recommend anyone doing what I did because I was doubling up. Um, I was taking high risk. I was taking high risk today. Typically, I'm not trading below go time. If it's not above go time, like for my regular people, I tell them if it's above go time, that's when you should be trading. So if you think about it, if you were like a newbie, a new person, you would have taken a trade right here and made yourself a nice little profit. You would have jumped in right there. You might have made a profit, or you might have lost a little bit, or you might have broke even because this thing didn't make a big move. But if you jumped in right here again, you would have made a really nice move. You would have profited. So you would have taken 3 trades and made yourself nice profit. But once you understand the strategy, it becomes a lot easier. I've been doing it for a while, so I take a lot more risk because I have a lot more capital. So I'm able to do a little bit more dangerous stuff. I don't want you guys doing dangerous stuff. Just do normal stuff, and you should be just fine. Just doing taking simple moves. You could still be profitable. You know. But other than that, that was it. 13,280, not a bad day. So I'll chat with you guys another day. All right.